welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am so glad that you just stopped by my little corner. Today we are going to do a day in the life. I am a 5th grade teacher in Tennessee. We are on, I cannot believe it, we just had conferences, so we are close to our 7th week. I don't know how that happened. I am gonna take you along today. It is Friday. And can we just stop for a moment and just, my hair's not in a bun, which I'm a messy bun teacher, that's my name. Love me some messy buns. Usually I live with it. I mean, like, look at my Bitmoji right here. But I washed my hair, guys. Thank you. Thank you. It's a big accomplishment. So today, since it is Friday, we won't assess. Usually I don't like to assess on Fridays, just because the kids, it's before the weekend, and I like to at least have an assessment on the Thursday. That way, if I do have time to grade it, I can input it and give it back to them before the weekend. Yeah, girl did not do that this week. We had a math assessment on Wednesday. I have not graded them all. This is my first year teaching math, and I did not realize how long it takes to grade a math quiz. I am one of those, I struggled with math growing up. And so I want to help the kids write on their test and, fix what they made a mistake on, and then tell them what they did wrong. So when they do take it home, they can go over with their families how they did it. We don't do test corrections. We're trying something new this year. Let me see if I can find one. We figured out an acronym. In years before, we would just put down like, please make corrections, get a parent signature. If you don't have a stamp, you have to write that out. So what we decided to do was come up with an acronym, FIP, FIT. It means that your student needs further independent practice. And if they can't do the new assignment that is attached to their test that they didn't pass, if they can't do that new assignment that has that code FIP on it, then they need to come to tutoring. And our school provides free tutoring in the mornings, just on Mondays and Wednesdays. And I've even met with kids in the morning, if they can't get to tutoring. To help with standards-based grading and mastering, we decided to give them another assignment that is the same standard, but when I've had kids turn in test corrections, sometimes it's really hard to grade because it's so messy, because there's erasing and all the things. And I know there's different sheets you could do, where you write the question out on a different sheet and what you did wrong. So if that works for you, great. It just didn't for us. And so we just find a different assignment that they can still show mastery. Okay, so here's an example. I covered up the student's name. This was their FIP, their FIP assignment. We sent home a flyer that has the code letting the parents know at the beginning of the year, and kind of all the details for the parents. So obviously, the student didn't do well. She obviously needs further independent practice, so we put the code on there and attached the new assignment. Since the standard was subject and predicate, we found another assignment so she can still show us mastery. And again, if they cannot do this on their own, then they need to come to tutoring. A lot of the times we will intervene and do some small groups with, if there's a large group that didn't do well on assessment, that just shows, well, we need to revisit that and maybe adjust some plans. And so most of the time we can handle it in the class, but a lot of the times we do have to move on. And so we still need to know if they can master it. And that tutoring, or just meeting with their teacher at a different time if they cannot do it on their own. But hopefully, when we go over the assessment and figure out what we did wrong, a lot of them just flipped the definition of subject and predicate, and it just threw them off. And so as I'm grading their new FIP assignments, I can add these points now to raise their test grade. And it also shows me that she does get it now, and that helps a lot with standard-based grading. So let me know if you do any standard-based grading, and I would love to know how you guys do corrections, but this just helps us keep track of it and also see if they really understand it.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'll run home at 3 and get them.
Okay, so since it is Friday, I always treat myself to McDonald's. And if you know, you know. The Egg McMuffin is my go-to, and it's been since I was a kid. So that is my Friday treat. My kids and our family, it's donut day on Fridays. I don't really eat donuts, so that's my treat.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
It is 4 o'clock and I did not have time to pick up my camera at all. It is what it is, and it's just that time of year right now. Honestly, no, it's a lot. It's a lot harder this year. No, baby, we're leaving. We're gonna head to a restaurant for a family dinner, baby. I am going to pick up my camera tomorrow. I know it's a Saturday, but I still had a couple things to tell you guys about, especially with the activities, but I'm gonna go handle that. I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, guys, it is now Saturday, and like I said before, it's just been really hard to pick up my camera during school. I mean, normally I do it before school, during my planning, and then after school, but it's just been crammed with meetings and other things that are just priority, and that's okay. But I did want to show you a couple things that I did, that we are doing in ELA class right now. So in our Wonders curriculum and our pacing guide, we are focusing on our writing, which is a personal narrative. Sorry, I have a canker sore right here and it hurts. Personal narrative, and I usually use all the online stuff on Wonders, and right now not all of our students have computers, and I cannot wait to get them for so many reasons. But one of the reasons is, if you've ever checked out the Writer's Notebook on Wonders, or whatever curriculum, maybe Journeys or whatever, Wonders has a really cool Writer's Notebook because it takes them through the whole process: drafting, editing, peer editing, and publishing. And it's really good, and it's honestly a good life skill because they have to be able to type and save and copy and paste and figure out spelling and stuff like that. So I cannot wait to use that. We're hoping that all of our 5th graders will have computers by mid-October, and I know in October I think we're moving on to opinion writing, so fingers crossed. If not, I'm sure I can figure out something. We have been working on a personal narrative packet, which I found, and I will link it below, and it's really, really good. You can actually extend it to like 3 to 4 weeks, but we did not want to extend it that long because we have other standards to cover. We did pull out some things from the packet that we used, and it's really, really good. Very simple, especially for their first writing of the year. And it's always good to start on a personal narrative because it is so easy for them to come up with those details because they've lived it. So yeah, they've really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to read them. This past week, we talked about what a personal narrative is, and all this is included in the packet. I'll link it below. It was on Teacher Pay Teacher, and it was only like $4, and so many resources that came with it. And then we talked about, what was the second day? Trying to remember. Maybe I'll go get my planner because I'm trying to remember. And the author that made it, very detailed lesson plans, especially if you've never taught writing before. So I would definitely check that out. So let me open up. I still love my For the Love of Pie planner. I'm definitely gonna get it next year for sure. Okay, on Monday. Well, let me just turn you around so you can see it. So we introed what a personal narrative is. In the resource, there is an anchor text that I read with the class, and then we close read it and really underlined and highlighted things that make it a personal narrative. And we also introduced the rubric. It's always good to show the kids the rubric at the beginning so they know what we expect. And it goes from 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I said that this anchor text is a level 4, and we talked about what made it a level 4, and that was really good. We had them come up with some ideas and brainstorming for their topics, and the author in this resource came up with an example like a watermelon. The big watermelon is your whole idea, the huge idea. For me, and I gave an example, holidays were special in my family. And then we narrowed it down more to like a slice of a watermelon, and that would be Halloween. Halloween's one of my favorite holidays. And then you bring it down to one more level and have a more specific moment in your life. And that was like when I was 10 years old and I dressed up like a scarecrow, and it was just like the best trick or treat ever. And that was us narrowing down our topics. So again, that's included. And then we kind of brought ourselves back to that time in our lives, and we wrote down concrete details. Then on Wednesday, we wrote our outline, and we talked about what an outline is. It's not writing the whole essay yet. It's actually like a checklist. And then we started our introduction. We also talked about, and I think we actually started the introduction on Thursday. We had them, we talked about what makes a good introduction, what makes a weak introduction. We had them write their introduction paragraph, and then they switched it with a partner, and they did a peer review of that. And then on Friday, we did not get to conferences yet. We started our rough draft on Friday, and then I'm going to begin conferences where students will meet with me. And they will have like a self-edit checklist before they meet with me, and they have to answer those questions. Like, did I start my sentences with a capital letter? Did I end every sentence with a period? Did I use dialogue? And if they answered yes to all of those questions, then they can sign up to meet with me. And then once I meet with them and tell them what they can fix or work on, or what I loved, then they'll start to write or type their final draft. We'll do that again on Tuesday because I'll have to meet with all those kids. And then Friday is when we'll have the final draft due. So yeah, that's what we did in ELA this past week. Like I said, we're gonna do our rough drafts and conferences and final draft on Wednesday. And then we have our case assessment, which is our benchmark for our district, on Wednesday and Thursday, because fall break's coming up, which I still can't believe. Oh my goodness. And in math, we worked on division, long division. I did this fun little coffee cup thing that inspired me when I was talking to my friend in Oklahoma. She listened to my venting of like, I feel like I'm not, doing the best for my kids. I feel like I'm failing them as their math teacher. I said, how do you teach long division? Because I knew Lisa and Brady are just rocking it. They're, really good at that. And my friend Mandy just really gave me some good input and resources, and it inspired me to make a long division resource from what she kind of told me how she taught it. I will link that below if you teach long division, but it was super fun. So yeah, it was a busy week, and we have next week, and that'll be with our final draft of our personal narrative and our benchmark. And then that next week, we will probably work on wonders, and I think it's realistic fiction. And we'll be doing a lot of like reading standards, which I'm excited about, and probably some figurative language. No, I think it's summarizing. Anyways, and then it's fall break. The first week of October. I can't believe it. So thank you for coming along with me. I know yesterday was crazy, and you know how it is. I usually don't work on Saturdays, so I'm not really gonna work. I just wanted to show you that. We have decided as a family to make Saturday our day of rest, like our Sabbath. If you don't know much about Sabbath, it's a Jewish tradition. We're not Jewish, but God knows our bodies and our minds, and they need rest. And in order to live out your passion and to serve people and to work well and be a good steward of your work, you have to work from rest. You have to be able to have that moment where you are separating, right? This is my turn off mode and recharge. We talk about that with our kids, and we don't want it to ever be like legalistic to where, oh, you have to have a day. It's more so of, I know you, I made you, I know you need to have a break. Otherwise you will break down, because we've been there, right? Saturdays are usually our Sabbath, and today is no different. I'm gonna take Lila on our girls. We call it girl time, and we're gonna go to Target. I mean, that's what we do. And then we'll probably play some games tonight with the kids and just really focus on them. I bought a cute little craft from Hobby Lobby that we'll make, and tomorrow we go to church, and tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon is when we bless our house, meaning we clean it and all the things. Get the clothes ready for the kids for the week, make lunches, I do work for school. And so yeah, I would love to know though, in the comments below, do you guys take like a day of break or a day of rest? Do you call it Sabbath, or do you just say, this is my day off, don't talk to me about school, or don't talk to me about work? So comment below, I would love to know that. And I am going to get Lila, she's with her grandma right now. We're gonna have some girl time, so thanks again. If you are not subscribed yet, I would love for you to click that red button and hit subscribe and give it a thumbs up so other people can see the video, and hit that notification bell for all of the new videos coming out. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Life can be messy, but there's always joy to be found. Bye. As an Amazon affiliate and an affiliate of other companies, my videos and content may contain affiliate references and links. If you buy something through one of these links, you don't pay extra, but I will get a small commission. Thank you.